Lighting for interior design and how to get it right. We can't explain to you over the years how much we've learned on how much lighting can affect a space. Even when we did this office 2 years ago, we thought about lighting as the first thing, and we even still then messed it up. For instance, we forgot to put lights underneath the shelves, and that would have really created a movement on this wall. So here are some tips that we feel will be really helpful when it comes to you putting that into your own home. We really advise using multiple layers of light. Not only does it have to be from the ceiling by using a pendant light, you can use a track light, you can use wall lights, you can use a floor light, lamps. Lamps go a long way. It's all about mood lighting these days. Not every light has to be on in order for you to have it. It's nice to create moods throughout the day. For instance, if you look at this living room we did, not only did the beautiful fireplace have the light from the fire, we added a floor lamp to create a little bit more height. And then the light from the ceiling just added that warmth when they were in a cozy mood of a feel. Sometimes they would just put the lamp on and then the fire, and it created that beautiful ambience. We always advise in bathrooms to maximize the lighting that you can put in, whether it be from the ceiling, whether it be underneath the sink, whether it be behind the mirror. More lighting the better. When you're in a bathroom, you want to be able to see everything as clear as possible, and you want a small space that generally bathrooms tend to be to feel as luxurious as possible. The more lighting you add, the more value you add to a room. If you notice in these bathrooms that we've done, underneath each vanity we've tried to add a light. This makes each layer of light, each height from floor to ceiling feel well thought out. It means when you're sitting on the toilet, when you're in the shower, everything is curated for your eyes to enjoy while you're in there. For us, wall lights are very tricky to put into right places, especially when you have mirrors involved. But when you put them into a room as your bedside table light or your bedside wall light, it really creates a feature of that warmth and that coziness when you walk into a room. If you can just have the wall lights on when you walk in, it really transforms the space. It makes it feel well thought out. It makes it feel luxurious. If you're lucky enough to be building your current moment, be very selective of how you design your lighting plan. Think of all the areas that you want to light up. Think of what you want to look at when you walk in. Do you want your art to have light on it? Do you want that corner to have light on it? Make sure your walls also have light on them. It makes a wall feel bigger. It makes it feel more spacious. Rather than just spotlights, think of other ways that you can contribute to adding lighting into your home. One great example is this bedroom that we did. If you look at the recessed ceiling, we added 2 layers of lighting. Then we added hanging lights from the ceiling coming down. We also added spotlights. This way, when the client wanted to have just a few on, they could. But if they wanted to have all the lights on, they also have that option. In UK, we tend to have very dark winters. So the more light you have, sometimes the better. At least when it's brighter, not all the lights have to go on, but you still have the option. In our client's library, they really wanted to add as much lighting as possible. So whether that be from the recessed ceiling to the large pendant light to the wall lights, it meant that when they were reading a book, they had the option to keep it cozy, to keep it bright, keep it airy. All the options were available to them, especially with a dimmer, and it made that space feel well thought out. This bar that we did come cinema room really needed a bit of a feature wall where we created the bar against that wall art. What we did was we created that recessed ceiling and that light pendant coming down, so it meant that there was a lot of layers. Then to add that little bit of shape to the room, we added wall lights, which had the beautiful triangular shape when they were on. And it made the wall feel like it was well thought of, and it felt like an art feature alongside the artwork. This hallway is a great example of how we use lighting from top to bottom. Not only was there lights from the ground floor coming up, they were from the ceiling coming down. Notice how we used this large chandelier, 2-tiered, but didn't just leave it at that spot. We also created a lovely recessed ceiling where light was coming from there. And then if you look along the wall, we created a bookcase and wardrobes. The wardrobes had internal lights, but also the bookcase did. This allowed you to see all the features of the accessories, the photo frames, the books, and it made it feel so much more impressive when you saw the bookcase opposed to when the lights were off. When they walk into the space now, they can decide in the hallway during night just to keep the bookcase on. That way they feel that safety when they're walking into a space, or that coziness when they want to just have that warm light on a cozy night where they want to feel comfortable. It meant that when they just wanted the light on in the bookcase, the whole room was still lit up, but enough that you could see, but not enough to take over the room. So in each country, people like to use different colors of lights. In the UK, we always try to use a yellow light because it's warm. Bathrooms can also be white light because then the lighting, when you're seeing your skin when you're looking in the mirror, is much more clearer. But what Each room tends to be, in a living room or a bedroom, tends to be a warm white light. This adds coziness, it adds comfort, it gives that ambient feel. Some questions you have to ask yourself is, what am I using this space for? For instance, are you going to be reading in the corner? Are you going to be working on a desktop? Are you going to be chilling with your friends, watching TV? You want to make sure there's no glare on your TV, glare on your computer screen. All these things have to be thought out beforehand. That way that room can feel as luxurious and well thought out as possible. There are 3 kinds of lighting. There's ambient, which is all mood based. Then there's task lighting, which is directed at your desk or your office space or your TV. Then there is accent lighting to highlight your bookcase or on top of a kitchen counter. When you are designing your home, these things all have to be thought out before, because you want to do your electrical plans before you start bringing in your furniture, as that creates a lot of mess. If you can try, we always advise trying to get dimmable lighting in most rooms, whether that be on the lamp, whether it be on your large chandelier, whether it be on your track lighting, because then you can control the shape and the ambience in each room and that feel that you want to have every time you walk in. Whether you're in a happier mood, whether you're entertaining, whether you're in a romantic setting, all of these things can be changed, and then that way that room can feel different every time you walk in. Having lighting in your home really adds that wow factor. It adds luxury and drama. What we always want to try and do in every home is to get that whispering wow factor. So if you can try and include as much lighting as possible and think about how it will make you feel when you walk in, it will really make a room feel impressive. If you like this video, check out our other video on how to make your home feel expensive.